My sweet DoorDash driver turned out to be the creep who sold my number to a 1-800 site. I had been ordering DoorDash for quite some time now, long enough to have an annual Dash pass that cost over $100 per year. I noticed one day that before he left, the same Dasher was leaving me cute little notes before he left, and that he consistently made his rounds each time I ordered food. "Excuse me," I cried, wanting to leave him a bigger tip than usual because he had given me extra chicken from Popeyes without being asked to do so. I knew it wasn't a mistake because he left a sweet note that said, "Some extra chicken for my favorite Dash passer. Love, Nick." The next day, I decided to take it a step further since I still hadn't met this mysterious Dasher and wanted him to see my face. I pulled out my phone right as my food was noted as being delivered. "Hey!" I shouted, waving my arms toward him and opening the door to catch him before he left. He had almost gotten to his car, but not quite. "Would you like to come inside for dinner?" I shouted, asking as warmly as I possibly could. "I have a lot of orders to get through, but sure, when I'm done." "What's your number?" he said with a grin that I felt before I saw. I gave it to him and then waited expectantly after he zoomed away in his truck. But I waited and waited for his call and still there was nothing. So I took the DoorDash app and messaged him since he never gave me his number. "Hey," I wrote in the chat. At first, there was no response. But then after waiting about 10 minutes, the Dasher said, "Hey, sorry I didn't call you and it took me a while to get in touch. I can come over now. I'm Nick, by the way," he replied in his message to me. I waited for about an hour before I heard a faint knocking on my door. "Nick," I said, reaching out to give him a big hug as soon as I opened the door. I didn't know what to expect, but he sure as heck was handsome. I smiled. He smiled back. I took him into my dining room and served up some of the Popeyes that he had delivered to me for dinner. It started out great until I noticed him pulling out his cell phone and recording us together. Then he started taking pictures of me without my consent. "Nick, what are you doing?" I said cautiously. But he wouldn't answer. He just blinked. He was starting to give me a weird feeling. "Do you want to come over to my house tomorrow night?" he said. "Dude, I just met you," I cried in outrage. "And why were you taking those pictures of me? I never said you could," he gasped. "Oh, well, I guess I just wanted to since we're going to be a couple soon." His voice trailed off, but I knew that he had to be up to something. "What are you doing? Please tell me or I'll call the police for harassment," I said, wanting to slap him across the face. "I'll be back soon. Let's stay in touch." He grinned dirtily, walking out, and slammed the door behind him. "What a weirdo," I said aloud to myself. The next day, I woke up with a phone call from a random strange number. "Hello, may I speak to Heather?" the gruff voice asked. "Speaking. Who is this?" I asked, feeling a bit defensive and clueless. "It's Anthony. I saw your name and number on that 1-800 call girl site. I just want to let you know I think you're really beautiful and would love to chat if you're available." "What?" I screeched, nearly crushing my phone with my hands. Then I hung up in his face. But as soon as I did, I received even more phone calls from random strange men. "Son of a witch," I swore aloud. "Curse you, Nick. Curse you." Then in the middle of blocking what was likely thousands of incoming calls, I called Nick, but his number was no longer in service when I called it. So I had no choice but to call the police. I mean, it was really my only option left. I had to change my number and deleted the DoorDash app right after I reported that snitch, crook, and sneak of a Dasher to the police. I don't know whatever came of it, but I didn't really care. At this point, I was just glad to be rid of him completely.